3 activities that will enhance your power, stability, and circulation in a straightforward yet potent manner. Exercise 5. The squat. The initial activity is the squat. It is regarded as a supreme movement because it reinforces nearly every muscle in your leg simultaneously. The quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and even your lower back. After the age of 60, the loss of muscle tissue, known as sarcopenia, speeds up quickly, and the muscles in the legs are the primary ones impacted. This is the reason many older adults take shorter strides, walk at a slower pace, and require assistance to rise from a seated position. The squat directly addresses this issue, restoring power, steadiness, and firmness. If you have no prior exercise experience, you might feel apprehensive or believe your knees cannot manage it. However, rest assured, squats can and must be modified to your current ability. Initially, hold on to a solid chair, a heavy table, or a strong door handle for support. Push your hips backward as if you are about to sit down. Gently bend your knees and then return to a standing position. Breathe in as you descend. Breathe out as you ascend. Keep the motions limited and soft. Gradually, extend your range of movement until your knees are bending to nearly a 90-degree angle. If that remains uncomfortable, there is a superb alternative, the invisible chair. Place your back against a wall and slide downward until you feel as though you are seated in a chair that isn't there. Maintain this stance for 15 seconds. As weeks pass, extend the hold to 20, 30, and even 60 seconds. This is an isometric activity, meaning it builds muscle without jarring impact, rendering it secure even for those with knee discomfort. Another excellent modification is the sit-to-stand motion. Sit on a sturdy chair. Cross your arms over your chest and gradually rise to a standing position. Then, lower yourself back down to the chair in a controlled manner. It may appear elementary, but it is tremendously efficient. A good starting goal is 10 repetitions every second day, working up to 20 reps. You do not require more than that. After a few weeks, you will observe that getting out of bed, ascending stairs, and even walking become less difficult. The squat is the activity that preserves your independence because powerful legs equate to freedom. Exercise 4. Balance activities. The second activity concentrates on balance. You may not have considered before, but balance is one of the most critical components for your self-reliance. It is what enables you to walk without anxiety, climb stairs without gripping handrails tightly, cross the street without concern for stumbling, or simply move around your house with assurance. When balance starts to deteriorate, uncertainty takes hold. A person begins to avoid walking unaccompanied, turns down social invitations, ceases going for strolls, and gradually, their world becomes increasingly restricted. All of this could be avoided with a simple routine of balance practice. With the passing years, the body loses not only muscular power, but also quickness of reaction. This implies that if you stumble on a rug or slip on a damp floor, your reflexes to correct yourself are delayed, resulting in a fall. This is where balance training is vital. It educates your brain and nervous system to react more swiftly, strengthens the muscles that stabilize you, and returns a feeling of security. Many specialists compare training your balance to upgrading your body's operating system. The hardware, your muscles and bones, must be robust, but if the controlling system does not function properly, the entire structure is compromised. The fundamental activity is simple. Stand on one leg. It sounds effortless, but attempt it and you will recognize the difficulty. Position yourself near a wall in a room corner or hold lightly onto a solid chair. Raise one foot off the ground. Keep the other foot planted firmly, and stretch your arms out to aid stability. The first objective is to hold this for 30 seconds. Then, switch legs and do it again. You will likely find that one leg is more stable than the other. This is completely normal, as the body always has a dominant side. With practice, both sides will become more equal. As you improve, aim for 1 minute on each leg. Once you feel assured, try closing your eyes. Here's the key point. When we shut our eyes, the body loses one of its principal tools for balance, eyesight. At that moment, your muscles, joints, and nervous system must collaborate much more intensely. This is why this version is so demanding. However, never do it without a safety measure. Always remain close to a wall or sturdy furniture. Another outstanding variation is the three-point activity. Stand on one leg and with the other foot. Gently tap the ground in front of you, then to the side, and then behind you. Repeat this sequence several times, always keeping your balance. This activity is powerful because it not only tests your stability, but also fortifies your hip and gluteal muscles, which are vital for a steady gait. The ideal frequency is to practice at least 2 times per week. It does not need to be daily because balance also develops during recovery periods. Consistency is what matters. Imagine yourself in a few weeks, standing for 1 minute on each leg without support, with straight posture and relaxed breathing. This translates to greater confidence for crossing streets, climbing stairs, and moving about without fear. Here is a detail many overlook. Training balance does not just fortify the body, it also fortifies the brain. Research from Stanford University indicates that older individuals who routinely practice balance activities exhibit better memory, increased mental sharpness, and a reduced risk of dementia. This is because these activities stimulate communication between the brain, muscles, and joints, activating brain regions connected to coordination and thinking. In other words, when you practice this simple movement, you are protecting both your body and your mind. Exercise 3. Strong calves. The third activity is for your calf muscles, and it is possibly the most overlooked of all. Few people discuss it, but the calf muscle has a special name among physicians and physical therapists: the body's second heart. This is because each time you tighten your calf, it functions as a pump that forces blood upward from your legs toward your heart. Without this action, blood tends to pool in the lower legs, leading to swelling, pain, varicose veins, and in more severe instances, even thrombosis. Now, consider this. After age 60, how frequently during the day do you genuinely engage your calf muscles? Many people sit for hours, watching television or using a phone. When they stand up, they already feel a heaviness in their legs, as if carrying weights. That heaviness is not merely tiredness. It is a signal that blood is not circulating correctly. If circulation is impaired, the risk of blood clots rises, which can lead to thrombosis, or even a pulmonary embolism, which are very serious conditions. However, the positive news is that a very simple movement can activate this natural pump and revitalize your legs. The calf raise. It is easy, fast, and can be done daily. Simply stand up, support yourself on a chair or sturdy table, and lift your heels to rise onto the balls of your feet. Then lower your heels back down slowly. Repeat this movement multiple times. Initially, 10 to 15 repetitions are sufficient, but the goal is to progress to 20, 30, or even 50 per day. This is the kind of activity that can and should be done every day. The heart does not stop beating, and since the calf is your second heart, it should not rest too much either. To increase the challenge, try the single leg version. Hold on to something for balance, and lift your heel using only one leg at a time. This variation demands more strength, but also produces results more quickly. Another option is to perform the movement on a step. Place only the front part of your feet on the edge, allowing your heels to hang down. Lower your heels until you feel a stretch, then raise them as high as you can. This version increases the movement range and strengthens the muscles even more. Do not think the benefit is only aesthetic. Certainly, more toned calves give your legs a younger, healthier appearance, but the greater benefit is to your health. By strengthening this area, you improve circulation, reduce swelling, prevent varicose veins, and substantially lower the risk of vascular problems. Furthermore, strong calves increase your endurance for walking longer distances. If you feel you tire easily, this activity can help change that. Medical studies show that older adults who regularly perform calf exercises can walk more with less pain and fatigue. This means more freedom in daily life. The ability to take a walk, visit friends, shop independently, or travel without needing help. That is our objective, to maintain independence and the confidence to live life fully. Another crucial point is that strong calves help protect your ankles. When the calves are powerful, they provide greater stability, reducing the chance of twists and losses of balance. Remember, many falls occur not because someone slipped, but because their ankle failed to support the body at a critical moment. By strengthening your calves, you're also reinforcing your foundation of support. Now, I propose a simple challenge. Every time you rise from a chair, do 10 calf raises before walking away. It may seem like a minor effort, but over the day, this can accumulate to 50, 100, or more repetitions. This habit is powerful because it transforms an ordinary action into a health-enhancing exercise. If you sit for prolonged periods, here is a valuable tip. Even while seated, you can work your calves. Keep your feet flat on the floor and repeatedly lift your heels, as if tapping your toes to music. This movement maintains blood flow and helps reduce the risk of swelling. It is simple but very effective, especially on cold days or when you are housebound. But let me stress this. This activity needs to be performed every day. Unlike squats, which can be done every other day, or balance training, which needs only 2 sessions per week, calf exercises require daily stimulation. This is because circulation must not cease. Your heart beats daily without rest, and your calves, as your second heart, also need daily activation to perform their function. Think of your veins as tubes that need to remain clear and active. Every time you rise onto your toes, you are assisting blood circulation, preventing stagnation. When blood does not stagnate, you dramatically reduce the risk of clots and serious complications. It is a simple exercise, but one that can literally preserve your life. So do not delay. Begin today. Stand up, hold on to a sturdy chair, and do 10 calf raises. Tomorrow, do 15. After a week, do 20. Soon, you will notice your legs feeling lighter, your steps more secure, and your body more energized. That is the power of strong calves. Exercise 2. Hip raises. Now that you know the 3 fundamental exercises, squats, balance activities, and calf strengthening, it is time to consider how to organize these movements into a practical routine you can follow easily. The great advantage is that you do not need to do them all on the same day. You can alternate, change the order, and adjust based on your energy level. The most important factor is consistency, because your body adapts to what you do repeatedly. Squats are more demanding, so I suggest doing them every other day. This allows your muscles time to recover and grow stronger. Balance activities do not need to be daily. 2 or 3 times a week is sufficient for your body to adapt and become more stable. Conversely, calf strengthening should be done every day, as its main role is to maintain active circulation, functioning as a second heart. If you structure your routine this way, you already have a powerful foundation. But I want to go further and add a 4th activity that perfectly complements the first 3, the hip raise, also called the glute bridge. This exercise is essential because it strengthens the glutes and the lower back, areas often ignored but critical for maintaining an upright posture and protecting your spine. After 60, it is common to see people walking with a stoop, experiencing lower back pain, and having difficulty getting out of bed. Much of this occurs because the gluteal muscles lose strength. The hip raise is simple, safe, and extremely effective in reversing this issue. To perform it, lie on the floor or a firm surface. Bend your knees, keeping your feet flat on the ground. From this position, lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Hold the top position for a few seconds, squeezing your glutes firmly. Then lower your hips back down slowly. Repeat 10 to 15 times. This movement engages the entire posterior chain, strengthening not only your glutes but also your lower back and even your core muscles. Over time, you can increase the difficulty by holding the top position longer or by lifting one leg at a time. Why is this activity so important? Because strong legs are of limited value without a stable hip to support them. The hips are like the foundation of bridge. If they are weak, the entire body loses stability. By strengthening this area, you improve your posture, reduce back pain, and gain more power for walking and climbing stairs. It is like adding an extra layer of protection to your body. Research indicates that older adults who maintain strong glutes have less lower back pain, fewer falls, and even better performance in simple tasks like sitting down and standing up. In other words, hip raises are the perfect addition to squats, balance work, and calf exercises. Together, these 4 movements form a comprehensive longevity program that can transform your body and your life. Now, imagine applying this routine to your daily life. On Monday, do squats and calf raises. On Tuesday, do balance activities, calf raises, and hip raises. Wednesday is a rest day from squats, but do calf raises every day. On Thursday, do squats and hip raises. On Friday, do balance activities and calf raises. On Saturday, do squats. On Sunday, do calf raises and hip raises. See how simple it is? In just a few minutes each day, you can effectively work your entire body. Do not think these activities benefit only your physical self. They also impact your mind and emotions. Each time you balance for a few more seconds, complete more squats, or perform calf raises with greater control, your self-confidence increases. This is reflected in how you move, speak, and face life's challenges. It is as if every session is a personal triumph, a reminder that you are still capable, that your body still responds, and that your age is not a life sentence, but merely a number. Remember, there is no need to hurry. The secret is not training to exhaustion, but training consistently. Think of these exercises as bricks you lay each day to build your health. One brick per day may not seem significant, but over months, you construct a strong, solid, and durable wall. That is how longevity is built, with simple habits repeated with discipline. If you still feel uncertain about starting, here is a final suggestion. Track your progress. Write down how many repetitions you did today, how many seconds you balanced, and how you felt afterward. The following week, compare your results. This kind of progress monitoring is a powerful motivator because it provides clear evidence that you are improving. Now that you know these 4 exercises, squats, balance work, calf raises, and hip raises, you possess a complete strengthening and longevity routine. Exercise 1, side leg raises. We have now reached the point where you have 4 powerful activities that strengthen your legs, hips, balance, and circulation. But I want to take a final step and include a 5th exercise I consider essential. Side leg raises. This movement strengthens the hip muscles, particularly the gluteus medius, which is responsible for maintaining stability while walking. Many falls occur because the hips cannot support the body during a step, which is why training this area is so crucial. The exercise is simple. Hold onto a sturdy chair or a wall. Keep one leg firmly planted on the ground and slowly lift the other leg out to the side without turning your torso. Hold for a few seconds, then return to the starting position. Repeat 10 to 15 times on each leg. Initially, it may be difficult to lift your leg very high, but do not be concerned. The range of motion is not the most important factor. Consistency is. Over time, you will notice you can lift your leg higher and with more control. That additional strength in your hip protects your lower back, improves balance, and makes your walk safer. Now, if we look at the complete picture, squats, balance exercises, calf raises, hip raises, and side leg raises, we have a full longevity program. They work virtually all the critical areas that aging typically affects: strength, posture, circulation, and coordination. It is a genuine shield against the limitations that often appear with time. But here is a vital reminder. It is useless to know the exercises if you do not perform them. The difference between someone who ages with vitality and someone who loses their independence lies in their habits. Do not wait for magical motivation. It usually follows action. Start small, even with just a few repetitions. The key is to build a habit. The human body responds quickly, and within a few weeks, you will feel stronger, experience less pain, and have more energy. Do not believe these exercises are only for the body. They are also a way to care for the mind. Every repetition is a message that you can still improve and achieve new victories. That sense of progress is powerful. It fights against discouragement, anxiety, and even depression, which often emerge when people feel they are slowing down in life. When you realize you can improve through your own efforts, your self-esteem is revitalized. I want you to imagine how things could be a few months from now if you begin today, walking with more stable steps, climbing stairs with greater confidence, rising from a chair with ease, and, most importantly, living without the fear of falling. That confidence is priceless. It restores the freedom to leave your home, go out with friends, play with your grandchildren, and travel. It is the difference between merely surviving and truly living. And do not forget, aging is inevitable, but how you age depends on your choices. Choosing to do these exercises means choosing more health, more energy, and more quality of life. Consider it a gift you give yourself daily. It takes only a few minutes, but the benefits last a lifetime. Now, I challenge you for the next 30 days. Practice these exercises consistently. Track your progress. Celebrate every improvement, no matter how small. At the end of this 30-day period, you will not only be stronger and more stable, but you will have proven to yourself that you are the one in control of your vitality. You have the power to build a stronger, more independent future, one simple exercise at a time. Your journey to a more confident and vibrant life begins now. Thank you for spending this time with us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you apply in your life. Your comments inspire us to keep going. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to Elderly Health Tips and share. Your support makes it possible for us to continue creating content that informs and uplifts. We appreciate you watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.